Hello friends and followers. Well, here's one more try at a full transmitter demo of the Collins 32S-1 transmitter. Been working on this thing all day. I did replace some of the resistors in the finals area. So I can show you those down in here. If you look and see the blue capacitors, I added all those to try and provide some bypass. As the finals in here, we're going parasitic on 10 meters. If you see the two blue resistors, there's one there in front of our faces that I've added, well, replaced basically, and there's one below that orange capacitor, the orange drop that says .02 on it. There's a resistor below that, which is 100 ohms. The one going across diagonal is the plate resistor. I'm thinking for the 6CL6 final, and the one under that orange drop is basically the cathode resistor. There it is at 100 ohms. Anyway, and I put that orange drop capacitor was missing across that resistor for whatever reason, I don't know. I added that. Anyway, that probably improved the performance of the 6CL6 driver. Next, we go on to these two controls here. The one marked N for neutralization, and the other one is a mystery control for the 6CL6 driver. I've had to fool around with that N control, and also with this main feedback neutralization control here for the finals to get this thing to work on 10 meters. Also, yeah, and here's the cans. I basically just loosened up the bolts on top and wiggled these around to make the finger stock scrape the aluminum and tighten it back up, because 40 meters was flaking out. So I ended up getting all the bands working except for 40. So 10 was the hardest one, and I couldn't tune the slug rack on 28 megahertz or 10 for max. I think this little guy here, this 28 megahertz trimmer here, I couldn't tune that one for max. I had to actually detune it, because if I had it tuned for max, I would get parasitic oscillation from the finals on the 10 meter mode. So what happened was, when I went to 10 meters, if I would go to 10 meters, say here, and there we are, there's 10 meters right there. And if I had the exciter near 10 meters there, I would get plate current without any drive. So that's what was happening. Let's give it a test right now. Okay, now we're keyed. I wouldn't get it in tune mode, but in lock key, where I get full power, I would get it. So right now on 10 meters, we're in tune mode, and I'm just gonna try and get a bit of plate current here. Okay, there's a plate current showing up. Go for a dip, if I can find one here. There's a dip right there. We got power. All right, so in 10 meters, we got some power. If I go to full power now, there's some power, and if I hit it hard, I'm not getting much out, am I? Let's see if I can peek it. I was getting like 100 watts on this thing. Okay, let's give, oh yeah, give it some load. There we go. And with load, and are we in full power mode here? Let's see. Okay, we're on lock key. Okay, if I hit it hard now, there's my 100 watts on 10. So that's working. What didn't work was when I would decrease the drive here down to 0 on tune mode, or on lock key mode here, on full power mode, I still had oscillations. I still had plate current running around here and crap coming out of this thing. So, and when I'd tune this around, I'd get crap. And there's no longer any crap. So that's working. I get crap here too. So that's all been taken care of, really, by messing around with that N trimmer I showed you previously in the video, and messing around with the neutralization capacitor for the 6146 finals. So yeah, so is it neutralized? Well, I guess 10 meters is the ultimate test for being neutralized. We're still keyed here. There's some plate current, and if I dip it, it dips pretty good there on 10. So if I dip it and look at the power, yeah, it's obeying it pretty well. There's the dip right there. There's the dip. There's the power. If I turn it to one side, it goes down. If I dip it here and I turn it to the other side, it goes down. So we're exactly neutralized on 10 meters. All right, so we got 100 watts on a 10. If we go to 15 meters now, let's go to 15 meters. 15. Let's give it some tune here. Go for some plate current. A little bit there. Go for a dip. Go for power, I suppose. There's some power. Let's unload it. Increase the drive. All right, there's some power. It's 15 meters dipping well. Let's see. There's the dip right there. There's my dip right there. If I turn it to the right, it goes up. That's not neutralized very well, is it? Do I care? I don't think I care anymore. It does have a good little pop. And if I dip it, go the other way, go left, power goes down. So it's not quite neutralized on 15. Oh well, let's see how much power we get out of it now. Go like that. Ooh, a lot of juice coming out. What do we got coming out on 15 here? I'm just gonna peek it a bit. Maybe I'll dip it here. I'm gonna dip it for dip. All right, dipping it for dip and giving it the gas. 100 watts. Yep. 100 watts. What's our plate current? It's kind of high. I guess I'm reading this thing will take 330 mils, so that's not so bad. On the two 6146s, so 100 watts on 15, I'll take that. All right, now we're gonna go down to 20 meters. 20 meters, 20 meters, 20 meters. Let's give it some tuning here. A little bit of gain, go for some plate. Whoa, too much plate. Take the gain down. Let's do some dipping here. So this isn't really a linear dip at all. That needs neutralized, doesn't it? That's not looking too good. It's not looking good at all. So max power on 20 is definitely not our dip. Max power is about there, dip's about there. So maybe we're gonna dip that final on 20. I just worry that I'll screw up 10, but let's try it. Radio's never done, is it? All right, so to correct that, we're gonna flip it over and let's just give it a little tweak here without shorting anything out. Of course, I can't see in there real well. Give it a bit of turn counterclockwise. Let's see what happens now. We'll go back to tune mode. And we're going for a dip. There's the dip right there, as you can see. And power. It's not quite working, is it? Max power is there. And is it getting closer? I don't know. I guess I'll keep going left and see. Keep going counterclockwise and see if that helps. This is real tedious, but that's how you do it. Just don't bump the wire and zap yourself. Okay, I went counterclockwise about 10 degrees again. Let's see what happens now. Go for a dip in the plate current. And you want to have power at that dip, full power, right? Do we got full power there? Yeah, I don't know. There's my dip. Full power's there. It's getting closer maybe. All right, I'm gonna crank it a little more. A little more to the counterclockwise. And then we'll see if I screw up 10 meters doing this. Okay, a little more counterclockwise on 20 here. And the thing is, these should be symmetrical too when you detune it, and they're not. So anyway, what are we doing here? Max power is there, and there's our dip. It's pretty close. I don't like the fact that the power is not symmetrical, or the current is not symmetrical. So how do we solve that? I don't know. What I'm curious about is now, did I screw up 10 meters doing this? Let's see. If we go back to 10 meters, did I wreck all that? Because that was hard to fix. Okay, 10, 10, and tune. There's 10, dip it. Okay, 10's dip in, and it's close, but it's off now. There's full power. Full power right there, and there's the dip. Well, it's close. It's really close. So I'm saying we didn't screw 10 up at all. That's good. All right, is it working in full power mode here without going berserk? Seems like it is. All right, so I didn't wreck 10 doing that. Let's check 40 meters now and just check them all and see how it looks. Let's see how things look now. Maybe I can't make this thing perfect. I'd like to, but too bad. All right, 15 meters, 15, 15. Tune it. There's a peak in the plate. Dip, dip, dip. It's got a little bit of a dip to it. So that's full power on 15 right there. How's our dipping thing going on? Oh, it's dipped real nice. So 15's around the money for neutralization. What about give it some gun here for full juice? Plate current spikes up. 100 watts on 15, I'll take it. All right, back down to 20. Let's try 20 meters again. Tune it for some gain there. Plate drive, some plate current, do a dip. There's a dip. There's the power on 20. All right, with that, I can go now to full power. Give it some crank here and 100 something watts. About 115 watts or so. That's fine on 20. We'll take that. All right. Back to 40 meters now. This was giving me hell. Let's see what it does now. 40. I had a Flex 6400 and I sold it. I'd say, why did I sell that radio? There were no knobs on it. I could have gone on Maestro, I guess, but I went back to old 1964 technology, 63 technology, because it has knobs. It's a lot of work. All right, 40 meters, go for a peak here. There's the peak on 40 on plate. Go for a dip. There's a dip, it's very slight. There's the power coming out right there. All right, let's crank it up on 40. Take it to full juice. Plate goes up to 300 mils. Power coming out about 125 watts. So that's fine for 40. I will take it and call it a day. Does it dip clean? Let's see. Does it dip clean with power? Is it neutralized on 40? The dip is right there. The power is, yeah, it's neutralized on 40. Hallelujah. Let's go finally to 80 meters and see what we got. 80 meters. I don't use 80 meters, no antenna. All right. Let's go for some plate current here. There's some plate current right there. Let's go for a dippy-roo here. There's a dip right there. The dip is symmetrical. Now we're dipped. And looks like the power is concurring with the dip, so it's neutralized. That's it on 80. Let's take it to full power mode. Full power. Crank it up. Almost 300 mils in the plate. And we got 125 watts on 80, full crank. That's it, man. I think this thing is good for the case now. Back in the case it goes. Maybe clean it a bit more and put it back in the case. It is working. I didn't check the microphone on sideband. Guess I could check that if I could find the microphone. Here's the microphone right here. It's been sitting here for weeks. Weeks and weeks and weeks. No transmitter, man. No transmitter that worked. All right, microphone. Bought for this radio. Put the connector on for this radio, for this transmitter. I am in LSB mode now. We got mic in, we got key, audio, full audio. Test, test, 1, 2, 3. Looks like it's working. Test on dummy load, KB3W, dummy load, 1, 2, 3 test. Well, looks like it works with a mic. Go to grid. Grid, 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 grid. No grid, huh? We got plate. Plate test with a mic, plate test. So where's the grid? Grid, grid, grid. Where are you, grid? Look at this grid there. Why doesn't grid work with a mic? I don't know. All right. Mic up. Let's go back to grid mode. I guess it works. Okay, it modulates by the same as on tune position, so we'll call it good. All right, David, there you go. The transmitter is ready to go back in the case, I'm thinking, within a day or two, or even now. I might want to clean it up a little more, but I think it's ready for the case. All right, thanks for watching. Have a great day.